Okay, so we start the movie and there's the title, Rocky, with that iconic music. And there's the date, November 25th, 1975 in Philadelphia, and there's Jesus Christ watching some poor schmuck getting his ass handed to him. Oh wait, no, that's not a poor schmuck, it's Sylvester Stallone. Fuck it, same thing. But Sylvester Stallone wins. Gotta feel bad for the other guy, Spider Rico, but I guess of course Sylvester Stallone had to win because it's Sylvester Stallone and it's his movie. Fucking prick. And then Rocky goes home and has a chat with his pet turtles. Amazing. It's the next morning and he goes to a pet shop and starts terrorizing the poor puppies in the window. I guess this guy loves to abuse animals. But if there's one thing he loves more than harassing puppies, it's harassing the woman behind the counter at the pet shop. Her name's Adrian, and Rocky, he's got a boner for her, and he starts talking to her. Now, the problem with Sylvester Stallone is nobody can understand what this motherfucker is saying, so I'm going to try my best to translate. Yo, Adrian. So he goes and terrorizes one more dog named Buckhiss, and then he's off to his job. What does he do for work? He's a loan shark. So he grabs this guy, Bob, and he's like, Bob, 200. So it seems like when Rocky's not in the ring beating the shit out of people for passion, he's beating the shit out of people for money. It's a win-win situation, I guess. So after terrorizing some people and getting money from them, he's off to the gym. So he goes up to his locker, but he can't open it. So he goes to the owner of the gym, Mick, played by Burgess Meredith, aka TV's Penguin. Batman. And Rocky's all pissed off. He's like, hey Mick, and Mick lays it down to Rocky, says he's got heart, but he fights like a fucking ape. Tell it like it is, Mick. I mean, he basically tells Rocky that he's shit at boxing. And Rocky's like, fuck you, Mick. So he leaves, a little bit butthurt, so he decides to go and harass Adrian some more. Well, that and tormenting the animals as well, because he loves doing that. You know, typical... And fuck me, for the first time ever since he's known her, she says something other than yes or no. She actually says, good night, Rocky. He's gonna get fucking laid. And he's all like, Adrian. So he goes to the local bar to see Adrian's brother, Paulie. And fuck me, somebody passed me the bleach to pour in my eyes because Jesus Christ, just look at him. So he sits down, gets a beer, watches the TV, and he sees the current world champion of boxing, Apollo Creed. And the dude behind the bar's like, man, that dude's a fucking clown. And Rocky's just like, oh. But things aren't looking too good for Apollo Creed because his upcoming fight has to be cancelled because his opponent fucked up his left hand. So they need to find him a new opponent and fast. And then Apollo's like, fuck me, I've got a great idea. I'm going to give a local Philadelphia underdog a chance at winning the title. So Apollo gets right on it and he's checking up on all the local Philadelphian boxers. And he just can't seem to find one, but then bam, he comes across the Italian stallion, Rocky Balboa. And his reason for picking Rocky? Well, an Italian discovered America, so what better way to celebrate the birth of the nation than beating the shit out of one of his descendants? Damn, Apollo Creed, you're a bastard, I love you. So Rocky and Paulie are heading back to Paulie's place for some good old-fashioned Thanksgiving turkey. So they go inside and Adrian comes out of the kitchen, sees Rocky, and she's like, oh fuck, I didn't know you were bringing guests back. And basically, Rocky's going to be taking her out on a date and she don't want to go. She uses the excuse that there's a turkey in the oven, so Paulie takes the turkey out and throws it in the yard. So she's got no choice now, she's got to go on a date with this motherfucker. So he takes her to an ice rink. So they do that for 10 minutes and Rocky tells her a little bit about himself and about why he became a fighter. Basically, and then they go back to his apartment because I'm guessing Rocky thinks he's going to get a BJ. There's not a whole lot going on in this movie. I thought this was meant to be a fucking boxing movie. There's barely any boxing in it. I mean, yeah, it's also a love story as well. I don't give a shit about it. I just want to see some fucking fights. And not only do I want to see fights, I want to see Stallone's face get punched in. And then in the next morning, all of a sudden, Mick's looking for Rocky. And basically, Apollo Creed's people came to the gym looking for Rocky. They tell Mick the lie that they're looking for sparring partners for Apollo Creed. But then Mick and Rocky get into an argument. You're a bum! God damn it, Rocky, I could have been a boxer. Mick. So Rocky finds out where he's meant to go about the sparring partner thing, and the dude's like, alright, I'm a level with you. It's not for sparring partners. We want to give you a shot at the title. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Rock. What are you going to do? And then Stallone looks at the camera for 10 seconds with really fucking professional Stallone. Just look at the fucking camera, why don't you? But he accepts. And he's on TV with Apollo Creed to promote the fight. And Apollo's being very patriotic and American. And then he turns full-blown racist. I mean, he basically says that if Rocky can't fight, at least he can cook. I mean, he's basically saying that all Italians can cook a spaghetti. And then Paulie's like, hey, Rock, you going to need some help with all this while he's playing with his package. Gross. But Rocky refuses Paulie's kind gesture. He's like, and then Rocky meets up with his boss, Gazzo. And Gazzo believes enough in Rocky to give him $500 for training expenses. No, 75, $500, that was a lot of money. Nice on you, Gazzo. I mean, it just kind of sucks that this dude doesn't really appear in any more of the movies other than a small little cameo in the second one. I mean, Gazzo's fucking cool. And then from out of the fucking blue, Mick decides to pay Rocky a visit. You know, it's fucking typical. 1 minute he's having an argument with Rocky, calling him a bum, and then the moment Rocky's on TV, he's turning up at his house, being all like, you got a nice place here, kid, yeah, I'm just gonna go use your toilet and take a shit. So Mick basically lays it down. He tells Rocky he needs a manager, because he's been there, he knows it all, he's done it all. He's 500 fucking years old, I'm not surprised he's seen it and done it. But Rocky just can't let go of the fact that Mick gave his locker away. Dude, fucking talk about holding a grudge over a locker. So Rocky turns Mick's offer down. He's all like, so Mick leaves, but Rocky does come to his senses and accepts. So it's the next morning at 4 o'clock. Rocky gets up to start his training, and he starts it off with some eggs. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 raw eggs, and he pounds that shit down. And he does some running and gives us the most half-assed training montage imaginable. But he's not done with his training yet, because he goes to Paulie's workplace at the meat factory and starts punching a side of beef. What the fuck did that cow do to you, man? Come on, lay off. I mean, he's breaking that poor cow's fucking ribs. Heads over to Mick's gym and starts doing some more training, and then when he goes home, Adrian's there, and she's like, surprise motherfucker, have this dog. Basically, the owner of the dog left it at the pet shop and never came back for it, so he gets a hand-me-down dog. Amazing. So Rocky goes back to the meat factory for some more training, and Paulie's like, hey, I've got a surprise for you, motherfucker. He's invited the local news reporting team to basically show what Rocky's doing for training. And when it goes out on the air, Tony, Apollo Creed's trainer, sees this and he's like, what the fuck? And Tony's all like, Apollo, you should check this shit out. And Apollo's like, fuck off. So Rocky and Adrian are sitting there watching TV, and Rocky's a little bit pissed off with what Paulie's been doing. And Adrian's just like, he's just trying to help you. They don't realise Paulie's just walked in. So Paulie goes into full rage mode and starts smashing shit up. And he starts blaming Adrian for his life, and then she throws a fucking shit fit at him. You go, girl. But then we actually get the training montage that fucking matters. The one everybody remembers, where he's actually doing awesome. He's got some fucking rocking music, and he's like, fuck yeah, I just conquered these stairs. Suck it. But then Rocky comes to the realization that he ain't gonna be able to beat Apollo Creed, because Apollo Creed's fucking Apollo Creed, man. And he realizes he's a nobody, he'll always be a nobody, and it's not gonna matter. But he knows he's not gonna beat Apollo Creed, but what he wants to do is do the one thing nobody's ever done and go the whole 15 rounds against Apollo. And if he can do that, then he'll definitely prove something and probably get some sex from Adrian. And then it's fight day. Both Apollo and Rocky are getting themselves ready. Rocky's the first one to go out to the ring, and he's getting some cheers like, yay, yay, woo. And then Apollo goes out and everybody's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Apollo, woo! Yeah, Apollo, have my baby, Apollo! And then just before the fight, we get a cameo from Mr. Joe Frazier himself. Okay, so round 1 starts. And Apollo proceeds to smack the shit out of Rocky's face with a big old smile on his. Just like, quick left, quick right. Rocky tries throwing a punch and he can't lay it, but then bang, he actually lays one on the Apollo and knocks him off his fucking feet. The first time anybody's ever done that. And Apollo's like, this fucking cracker just knocked me on the floor, so he starts laying into him. Just brutally lays into him, and then round 1's over, and I'm like, fuck yes, you smacked the shit out of Stallone there, son. So much so that he broke Rocky's nose. First time that's ever happened to him. Good on you, Apollo. So round 2 starts, Apollo goes in, he's just laying the shit into him, but Rocky's getting in some fucking hits himself. He ain't gonna make this easy, he's gonna go the distance. And at the end of round 2, they're ready to fucking murder each other. And then the movie totally fucking cheats and skips rounds 3 through 14. We just see little clips of them. We go all the way to number 15. So it's just before 15 and Rocky is totally fucked, man. His eyes all swollen and he's like, yeah, got me, man, got me. And they both say to their trainers, if you fucking stop this fight, I'm gonna murder you, man. So the round starts and they're just going at each other. Just schmack, 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 titty grope, schmack, 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 titty grope, schmack, Smack, smack, smack. So the round ends and Apollo's like, ain't gonna be no rematch. And Rocky just is like, yeah. Apollo's declared the victor, and reporters just gather around Rocky saying, you went the distance, how do you feel? And he's like, and she's going through the crowd, running towards him. And Rocky doesn't give a shit that he didn't win. He just cares that he went the distance. And then she finds him and they hug. And she's like, oh, Rocky, I love you. And he's like, and they embrace in a hug. And it freezes. And that was pretty much Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
Yo.
Screw you, creepo.